And we shall continue our next presentation with Dr. Muhammad Bhatti, with the title of his presentation, Effects of Project-Based Learning on Reading Skills of Primary Level Students. So the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, dear moderator Nadia, for giving me this chance to give a talk at this forum. Can you see my screen?
No, we can't, no.
Okay, I have just shared, and when it is visible, let me know, please.
Okay. Now I think it start sharing.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
now we
okay.
can.
Okay. Thank you very much. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, and good afternoon to everyone. This is Dr. Muhammad Safdar Bhatti from the Islamic University of Bahawalpur-Pakistan. Currently, I am working as an IELTS trainer and the teacher trainer for the last 30 years. And I am the author of 4 books, and I have presented my talks at different forums at the Keynote Speaker and a Plenary Speaker too. And I have 80 plus research articles in different journals in my credit. And now I would like to give my talk. Really, I'm very happy to be invited at this forum. And the topic of my talk is, effects of project-based learning on reading skills of primary level students. And that is a brief sketch of my talk. Dear all, project-based learning unleashes a contagious and creative energy among the students and teachers. It has improved students' motivation, engagement, and performance in various subjects, including language learning. Thus, it could effectively promote English language reading and comprehension skills among primary school children. As a result, students may develop deep content knowledge as well as critical thinking, collaboration, creativity, and communication skills. Basically, education is the right of every human. It is not only for developing the brain, but for educating the soul and the heart. It is to give children a personality and make them conscious individuals. Formal education accelerates learning process, and learning with concepts make learning effective and long-lasting.
Sorry to interrupt you, Dr. Muhammad. Could you speak up a bit, because I get the feedback that the sound is a bit low.
Okay, actually,
Sorry about
I am having a sore throat.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, and could you show the QR code again?
Okay. Education
Just
is
for a
the
second.
now. Can you hear me now?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Education is the right of every human. It is not only for developing the brain, but for educating the soul and the heart. It is to give children a personality and make them conscious individuals. Formal education accelerates learning process, and learning with concepts make learning effective and long-lasting. Primary education is the basic education which aims at preparing children to attain the competency needed to advance further in making a worthwhile contribution to society, which is constantly undergoing changes. In order to fulfill this objective, teachers must keep them abreast with current thinking and engage in training that will enhance their teaching learning process. Dear all, English language plays an essential role in our lives as it helps in communication. It is the main language for studying any subject all over the world. English is important for students as it broadens their minds, develops emotional skills, improves the quality of life by providing job opportunities. Moreover, the use of English as an international language is growing with time because it is the only medium for communication in many countries. English is also used widely in literature and media sections to publish books. Most of the writers write in the English language due to the vast majority of readers No, only English language, and they can describe their ideas best in English language. If we talk about the current status of English language, that is an international language and window on the world, someone's personal passport, and the language of science and technology, and the high courts, and it is having very good market value, and the language of higher examinations too. If we talk about the teaching English language in Pakistan, it is having fourfold aims: listening comprehension, reading comprehension, speaking ability, and writing ability. Now I would like to move towards the reading skills. Dear all, the process by which we make the sense of the text, recognizing the letters of alphabet and comprehension, looking at the written words and understanding the message. If we talk about the importance of reading skills, it is the basic need of social life. According to Bacon, reading makes the full man. Through books we can visit the whole world. Books speak and console us, but it is possible only when we can read them. It is a source of recreation and self-education. It widens the eye span. Learning reading is purely a conscious process. These are some types of reading skills: skimming, getting the gist of the text; scanning, locating the place of something; intensive reading, close and deep reading; while extensive is the reading for pleasure. What the project-based learning is. Dear all, project-based learning involves students designing, developing, and constructing hands-on solutions to a problem. The educational value of project-based learning is that it aims to build students' creative capacity to work through different and difficult or ill-structured problems, commonly in small teams. The project approach offers children the flexibility to develop interest, to work hard at their strengths, to share expertise, and make personal contributions to the work of the classroom. PBL can help students to be successful in today's rapidly changing and complex world by developing a broader set of knowledge and skills as well as improving academic achievements. These are some characteristics of project-based learning. The first one is the driving question. Second one is the crafting an artifact. And third one is learning goals, scientific practices, collaboration, and using technological tools. So these are some characteristics of project-based learning. Now I would like to move towards its scope. Project-based teaching uses child-friendly educational aids to foster self-learning and allows a child to study according to his aptitude and skill. English language learners require active problem solving by the teachers in finding patterns in information, but at the same time, through their own investigation and analysis with continued practice of pre-reading, while reading, and post-reading under the project-based learning method finishes one milestone. The information processing theory in psychology views learners as active investigators of their own environment. Now I would like to brief you about the benefits of project-based learning. Dear all, basically project-based learning prepares students for the rigors of school and beyond by providing them with the critical thinking, problem solving, and communication skills that are essential for success. This type of learning also promotes a love of learning and a desire to continue to explore and learn new things throughout their lives. Project-based learning is more than just a teaching method. It is an immersive, hands-on experience that ignites curiosity, nurtures creativity, teaches life and career skills, and prepares us for the challenges of the real world. Basically, project-based learning is linked to significant improvements in students' test scores, attendance, and classroom engagement. It also gives teachers the opportunity to build stronger relationships with their students by acting as their hands-on learning facilitators. In essence, PBL is an instructional method where students collaborate with others and learn by doing. First point is the collaboration. Relationship formed during collaboration is a huge part of project-based learning, not only do students learn how to work better in groups, providing their own input, listening to others, and resolving conflicts when they arise. They build positive relationships with teachers, which reinforces how great learning is. Students also form relationships with community members when working on projects, gaining insight for careers and beyond. The next point is problem solving. Students learn how to solve problems that are important to them, including real community issues, more effectively, even learning from failure and possibly starting over. The third point is creativity. Students apply creative thinking skills to innovate new product designs and possibilities for the projects. And the next is in-depth understanding. Students build on their research skills and deepen their learning of applied content beyond facts or memorization. Self-confidence. Dear all, students find their voice and learn to take pride in their work, boosting their agency and purpose. Critical thinking. Basically, students learn to look at problems with a critical thinking lens, asking questions and coming up with possible solutions for their projects. Perseverance. When working on a project, students learn to manage obstacles more effectively, often learning from failure and making adjustments until they are satisfied with their work. Project management. Students learn how to manage projects and assignments more effectively and efficiently. Curiosity. Students get to explore their curiosities, ask questions, and form a new love for learning. And the next point is empowerment. Basically, students take ownership over their projects, reflecting on and celebrating their progress and accomplishments too. If we talk about the significance of the study, that will be helpful for the primary level students and for the teachers, and definitely will improve their reading skills. The objectives of my study were to improve reading skills of the students with the help of activities, to prove the value of project-based learning, to embellish the English language learning, to embrace an activity-based approach in the classroom, to foster reading skills, to improve maximum engagement by the students, to describe how project-based learning can enhance the reading skills of the students. And my research questions were whether the students take interest while using different activities in the classroom. Does project-based learning improve the reading skills of the students? How to improve maximum engagement by the students? How can project-based learning enhance the reading skills of the students? Now I would like to move towards the literature review. Dear all, teaching is a demanding profession which requires a high level of commitment, training, professionalism, and dedication. According to Lyon, English language teaching requires a high degree of professional consciousness that is informed by relevant specialist knowledge and explicit values. Basically, a teacher is not a transporter of knowledge who piles bags of knowledge into the minds of the children. Rather, he is an artist of the souls. Academic knowledge is learned at any age, but the foundations of personality are laid at an early age. So reading is also a comprehending process. When there is an interaction between the reader and the writer in order to comprehend the text, students are expected to be able to comprehend English text in order to learn new knowledge, ideas, and concepts. Eden Chambers says reading is a proactive act, it makes things happen. 300 students and 20 teachers from Alpina School, Bahawalpur-Pakistan participated in this study who are working at the primary level. If we talk about the research methodology, that was descriptive in nature and the approach was quantitative and random sampling was done. Questionnaire for the students and questionnaires for the teachers were used as a tool to collect the data from the respondents. And that is the data analysis of my questionnaire collected from the teachers. Students take interest, 98% teachers were agreed. Participation, 100% agreed. Students became confident, 80% agreed. Motivation, 99% agreed. and improved reading skills, 98% teachers were agreed. And that is the graphic description of my talk. Dear all, there is a lack of project-based teaching. Stress is laid on cramming. Teachers are not trained. Duration of teaching time is not sufficient. Students want to be fluent in English, but there is lack of motivation from teachers' side. And teachers are not given proper training for teaching reading skills. These were my findings. And now I'd like to conclude. Basically, project-based learning effectively assists students in improving their reading skills in English. It is essential to broaden its scope and generate pedagogical interventions as tools to help them to improve specific issues related to reading the text in English. So before leaving, I would like to give you some suggestions and recommendations. Dear all, learners should be exposed to English reading skills through newspapers, magazines, and school radio programs. Learners should spare their time for reading English books and newspapers, and learners should use English as a medium, especially in the classroom, and they should listen to English news regularly, and they should make an active participation in debates and literary societies. Activities should be used to provide free and spontaneous practice of language. In language classes, materials should be functional to make it practicable, and technology usage should be introduced in language classes, and teachers should upgrade their qualification in English like TOEFL. They should also motivate the students through pair and group work in the classroom. The public schools may be equipped with libraries, language labs, and audiovisual materials such as tape recorder, video player, overhead OHP, multimedia, and such facilities may properly be used for developing reading skills at primary level students. So these were some references from which I got the help. Thank you very much for lending me your ears, and any question, please. And that's all from my side, dear all.
Are there any questions for Dr. Muhammad at all? If you could just share them on the chat and I could read them out for you. If not, I would like to ask a few questions myself.
Yes, please.
So when you were talking about the project-based learning, is it involving individual projects, or do you support the peer projects? So like involving more than one students?
Okay, it is basically in the virtual environment as well. Basically, that is a hybrid mode of teaching, basically, in Pakistan, if we talk about that. Because we have to engage some students from other countries, and our students are working in the class, so they will have to collaborate and share their cultural, I think, traditions and their language as well. So they learn in this way. Because when they are having some interaction with others, then they learn by sharing and pairing. So that is the hybrid mode of learning as well.
Amazing, thank you. And how about the deadlines? Have you noticed if the students were more proactive on completing a project on the specific deadline?
Actually, I would like to tell you, dear moderator, about 70% students met their deadlines. In which school I have implemented this, I did this research, 70% students were successful in doing their projects. So that was a great success.
And one last thing, based on your talk, I think you had some of the, let's say, results, the findings of the research there. And from my understanding, the teachers weren't that motivated
Yes.
for the project-based activities. How would you tackle that?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you maybe educate more the teachers, or how would you tackle that basically?
Thank you, Margie. Very nice question. Basically, I have told you that I am working over here as a teacher trainer. So I taught them that this is a new thing which we have to introduce in Pakistani atmosphere. So they were agreed with me and they collaborated with me as well. But when I told them about some project-based learning and teaching, they were stunned. No, sir, that is very difficult for us because they are used to the traditional way of teaching. But I would like to say 50% teachers were agreed, and that was their ratio, and they were motivated. 50% were motivated, but the 50% remained the same. Whatever I had been doing with them, whatever I think conversation and whatever the motivation I was giving from my behalf, but they were the same. They didn't change themselves, but 50% teachers collaborated with me and they changed themselves, and then they also use this project-based teaching in the classroom too. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for your presentation.
So nice of you. So nice of you.
It was great hearing about the project-based learning. And yeah, I think teachers will get there as well.
Yeah.
So is there any questions anyone else would like to ask, or anything you would like to share before we close the session? No? Perfect. So if I could kindly ask everyone to just maybe go to the breakout rooms. And then I think the next session is starting at 12:30. So we're a bit ahead of the schedule. So yeah, thank you all.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah.